And then, well, Sade, she was like, she didn't even know the movie was out. And I was like, shit. I said, damn. I said, a lot of people been saying that though, like that. I guess the promotion, and the marketing hasn't been what it needs to be. And I'm like, I don't know what to say in that situation.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen a lot of people comment and they were just like it didn't do very well in theaters because it wasn't marketed very well. You're
mhm.
getting good reviews, but you're not filling seats. But it's just like if you're not putting out and marketing the film, how are people supposed to know? And by the time they find out, oh, it's streaming somewhere. So
Man, so that was that. Chris, he had homework, but he'll be clear in February for a little while. I told him possibly for Wonder Man. We may get bring you in for that one because I know you. He gonna start watching that. Um, but bro, I was sat there for at least 3, almost 4 hours, just sitting, and I'm like, bro, I don't. And the crazy thing is, I don't stay close enough to where I work at to be able to just go. I mean, technically, with 3 or 4 hours, if I knew I had 3 or 4 hours, I could have went home. I could have went to the barbershop. Um, but it is what it is.
no, that's kind of trash, Jason. Like
No,
that's some bullshit. Like to have somebody waiting for that
I
long, like nah.
I agree. I agree. But I can't. I can't. I'm gonna keep my head held high. I'm not gonna allow it to deter how I am, or who I am, or how I feel. But yeah, no, I definitely was like, bruh, come on, dog. I can't get a haircut. But by the time y'all get this episode, my hair will be cut, and I will
Happy
be,
birthday.
and I will be a year
Jason is
older.
turning 47, y'all. He made it. That's y'all wish my brother happy birthday. 47, 50 in 3 years. Damn.
Hey
But we
man.
focusing on right now.
Hey, also shout out, happy birthday to Lisa. Her birthday was in the same week as mine. So shout out to her as well.
She shares a birthday with somebody.
J. Cole. Oh
Him
no.
too. I'm like Jason dropping names now. What? In
Jermaine
February, Black
Jermaine Cole.
History
Just Jermaine Cole.
Month.
Just Jermaine Cole. I ain't doing no other names. Nothing else.
Right. It's
Nothing
a
else.
J in there, but like, no. Ain't worry about that.
Man, it seems everybody has a birthday this week. Like I'm seeing birthdays all over the place. So
Yeah, I don't know why I feel parents feel the need to keep poisoning the earth with more Aquarius. I don't. It's kind of crazy.
I was birthday 6, so I can't speak for nobody else. But my dad's birthday is the end of April, my mom's birthday at the beginning of April. So somebody was fucking around birthdays, or they was just fucking. That's my all of it. Like me and my sister, our birthdays are in that month. So eh, and my brother, his birthday is in February, but it all makes sense. They was fucking in them months. So
I don't think about the timeline. That I just don't. I'm not that deep in it, man. But if I had to think, nah, it wasn't nobody's birthday. I hate that the month just came in my head. Like, oh, that
no, that
might
was
be
just
why I love horror so much. Yep.
the joke the jokes in my head, but I'm gonna spare you. I'm going
Thank
to
you.
spare you.
Thank you. Because don't ruin no horror movie for me. I don't need that. Not in Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, y'all. We here.
Hold on. Catching the cramp.
Catching the
I'm
cramp.
catching the cramp. But yes.
47.
Hey man, it's been happening since the first episode. But uh,
Somebody has been breaking down for
it's telling
almost
me.
200 episodes.
It's telling me. It's telling me. But yes, as Jazz said, happy Black History Month. Are you ready to get into this?
For sure.
Again, welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast about movies, TV shows, and
Bone Temple?
Bone Temple.
Bones in the temple.
Yes, the latest from Nia DaCosta, which will kick off our Black History Month. We were going to try to highlight a different themes, specifically Black actors, directors, writers. And this week, of course, we are focusing on the super talented, well-renowned Nia DaCosta. Episode 191. Of course, we are getting into the latest chapter in the 28 years later or 28 days, whatever chapter.
28 gang. That's what I'm gonna say it is.
But let us introduce ourselves first, in case this is your first time here. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And last week we had our episode 190. We got to talk about why did I get married with two of our good friends, Sean, and of course the birthday girl Lisa herself. Next week we are doing.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out. Gotcha. Okay. Well, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be black. It'll be a surprise.
But as I said, we did actually review 28 Years Later, which is I look at it as just one super movie, part 1, part 2. But we got introduced to Spike, his family, and what's going on this island that has been quarantined from the world. Of course, we get introduced to Kelson. We get introduced to Samson, Jazz
Alpha.
Jazz the champion, the alpha in this film. And we also got a slight introduction to Jimmy, or Sir Jimmy Crystal, in the beginning as a kid, and it ends, of course, with him and his friends doing parkour at the end of the film, which kind of left a lot of people with a sour taste in their mouth in that film. Jazz, what, if you can remember, what is it that you were looking for going into 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, that either you didn't have in the previous film or that you felt it should have built up to,
So I will say for me, I enjoyed how 28 Years Later ended, because I was like, okay, this is a cult, or they just super crazy. And when we had our discussion, you let us know who his character is pretty much based off of. And I was looking at a lot of YouTube videos where they were interviewing Nia and Jerry O'Connell. Remick. Is that the actor's name? Y'all know his name.
O'Connell.
Remick. So where like they said they went down a very dark rabbit hole to learn who this character was. And so I was just expecting this movie to be a lot darker than the first, because I did have my issues with the first one. But I kind of like the story that these two movies decided to tell. And I will say Bone Temple made me appreciate the story in the first film a lot more. And so, and it gave me the violence that I was looking for, because the first one was just, all right, I don't care about Spike and his mama for real. But I was also excited that Spike kind of took a back seat in this film. But yeah, so how did you enjoy getting introduced? Well, seeing the Jimmys be the opening scene of this film, especially with them closing out the last film, to where, and it wasn't much time that went past.
If there was time passed at all. I do, of course, one of the biggest things that I love that they filmed this back to back. So there was really no time in between. It also kept Spike from growing up too much in front of the screen, because kids they will spruce up in no time. But of course, that opening shot is what I love a lot because it says no children beyond this point. Pretty much, I think I look at that as if they're talking to us, letting us know, hey, from this point forward, this ain't no kids film, and what we about to do, it's not for play. It's not for play. So, one thing that you had an issue with in the previous film, just back from the recordings. If I need to play that for you, I will. But
whoa, are you trying to use past jazz for current jazz?
no. Okay. So, of course, this opening scene, we get to see how sadistic, how sick Sir Jimmy Crystal really is, which we find out he has this crew, which are his fingers, similar to Jesus' 12 disciples, but he has 7 fingers. Don't know why he got 7. I don't know where he picks it. I don't know where he got this number from, but clearly this nigga is doing something different. But he has 7 fingers. How's that?
How's that?
He got 7 fingers, and whenever I don't know if they're recruiting people or if they find somebody they think that they want in their crew. How did you understand how that went?
The tryouts. So I think it was basically
okay,
right. It's like, okay, so either you're going to join, but you got to kill somebody that's already existing, and you have to fight them. But you get to choose who you want to fight. Now I don't know why Spike felt the need to fight or to pick the one he was going against, but shout out to him because it worked out for him. But it didn't the other guy earlier on in the movie. But no, in this opening scene, because me and Chris went to go see this together, we got there late. So Spike had already stabbed him in the leg. And I'm just like, what just happened? Shout out to you, Chris. Shout out to you. But yeah, and I think especially once it gets to the end of the film, when Kelson was like, get as many fingers as you need. Now he's probably was just like, oh, well, I don't need 7 anymore. Now I can just have a whole gang of people following me. So he kind of restricted himself to 7.
I mean, technically he did, but we're gonna get into it a little bit later. He fixed that. He tried to course correct.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna get as many as I want. Turn it into a fist, right? All right, Jimmy. I've never seen a cult member just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And you see it happening in like real time, of course.
And like,
right, you just like, I don't think he know what he's talking about for real.
Because typically when we run into or when we see cult leaders, they're established. It's already an established front. They getting the money that they want. They stealing the women that they want. They got all the kids they want. It's already happened. But now we see in real life what it looks like to see an actual cult member manipulate and finagle his way in the group. And of course it was on mainly children, younger people that were smaller than him, which I would have loved to see, which we don't see in this film, is how he got so established in this, because it didn't, just based on how the film ends, Jimmy didn't seem to be, he seemed to be a Spike. I'm gonna just keep it a book. This is to me, Jimmy is what Spike was raised by the world, as opposed to Spike was raised by parents. I feel like that was the biggest difference between those two. Now Jimmy did have somewhat of a childhood, but how much? I don't. It didn't say how old he was when everything.
He was 8. I think he said he was 8 when he was talking to Kelson.
And see, imagine that.
No, I don't want to. 8-year-old Jazz. No, oh my God, I was adorable. I'm not running from zombies. I would have gotten eaten in that room. Shout out to Jimmy, because I rewatched it. I said he was smart to hide behind the door, but then also to run out, see your mama get ate up, your auntie is throwing up, and zombies is running around at 8 years old. Nah, I'm just go ahead, eat me.
Man, for him to survive as long as he did, you got to commend him, because as Sade said last time here, you only got 28 days. If you survive 28 days, you are the survival of the fittest. And to survive is this nigga, what, 28 years later?
And I mean, so let me ask you this. Not saying that you would have been off the rocker like him, went straight, serving the devil or whatever. Yeah. Let's say you're not doing that.
Oh,
but would you have started your own cult?
For sure.
I think I would have too.
I would have, for sure.
Hell for yeah. Sure. I'm selling them all kind of lies. Now, we're not killing nobody.
See, the crazy thing is you don't even have to do that part of it.
You don't.
You don't have to sell them nothing. I just need some niggas that's gonna ride for me.
But I need to sell them some hope, Jason, so if the time comes, they gonna put their life on the line for me.
I could just a lot of these, look. The thing is, Jazz, the world ended in 2002, so you just got to get a whole bunch of niggas that ain't never seen a book. They don't know shit about books.
Book of Eli type of shit.
Yes, they were fighting for a book. They don't even know what's inside this book.
Ain't even opened it.
Never can't even read it. They feeling through the book. What the fuck is that?
Bitch, Jason. Whoa. Yo, chill. But you mentioned something that I, when I was watching, because I just went on a whole Nia DaCosta press tour of her like interviewing, talking to people. She reminds me of my cousin, so I feel like Nia, my cousin, for real. So for all those people that was doubting her, thinking this movie wouldn't be good because of the fucking marbles, don't ever doubt a Black woman and her skills.
No,
she's gonna show up and she's gonna prove you wrong. But where was I going? My point. Damn it! I had a good point too.
Nia DaCosta press tour.
Oh yes. So I think it was a plot hole that was in the first film, because originally when it came out, this movie came out in 2001. So that's when the time everything was set.
Mm-hmm.
When did we start getting smartphones? Because remember, the army dude had a smartphone. Like that nigga had apps and shit on his phone because he showed Spike, his girlfriend. Spike is like, what is this? And it didn't even dawn on me that when the virus broke out, it was in 2001. So how do you have a full-on smartphone?
All right. So now, if it's explained properly, so because I want to say 28 weeks later, it dropped like in 2007, if I'm not mistaken, because it was a few years after.
But if it's still the timeline of 2001,
so you got to remember this though. So in 28 weeks later, remember they went back to civilization. They went back to civilization. The world was back fixed. They killed everybody, let them whatever die out, and then just put everybody back in the world. So everything went back to normal. They refucked it up. But now
day, like soon as they got there.
But that's what the 28 they re-quarantined everything and they kept. So the only people that's fucked up now are the niggas on this island that Spike and them live on. Everything like the US is good. The US is good. And the US is good.
But the US wasn't making iPhones. China was making it, because remember this.
This is true. This is true. But they should have. But they're supposed to be okay. Wherever they at, wherever everything is supposed to be okay. Only people that's supposed to be fucked up are the people on this island, because they was like everything there. We gonna push everything. Fuck. That's why you remember that's why when he was on their boat, because like we talked about it, and I'm like, what the fuck was he doing? So that was making sure
that nobody got off the island.
Yes, that was shooting niggas that was leaving the island. They come back to the. So if they fall off the island, or if they get off the. So I don't know how the fuck they boat got fucked up and made them have to go that way, because I would have been like, no, there's no way we going there. We can't leave.
Can you imagine like still living your life and there's a fucking island where the infection is still running rampant and nobody's gonna go help those people or drop anything off? That and iPhones are still getting made.
Unless they drop in nukes, Jazz. What you want them to do? Let me ask you this. If you were a scientist, are you going over there to try to help them?
So the thing is, being a scientist in those type of situations will get you killed. Joel is shooting scientists that could save everybody. So no, I'm not going to be the scientist and going over there, but I'm going to say, this is what you need to take to them. That's what I'm going to do.
But see, the thing in that is they hadn't really studied it. enough to figure it out, or at least at this point, we don't know if they've studied it enough to figure it
It's
out.
you can look at Kelson and then throw the audio in from Bo Buddy from Iron Man. Tony Stark built this in a cave. So how is it you got somebody that's just like, I'm gonna be besties with an alpha, get him high every single night. Wow, that's breaking through.
But I mean, but see, with that, I felt he had time. Which I want to get this. So let's pivot to that. So one character we did get to spend time with in the first one was Dr. Kelson. Dr. Kelson was in a bone temple, which was to basically a burial for all the people that had been killed in this apocalypse, and he wanted to make sure that they were remembered. So he set up an entire little grave site for everybody. Now, while he's here, he has created concoctions to allow himself to continue to survive. So he has a iodine lotion that he puts on his body, and that kills the virus. I don't know how it kills the virus, but allegedly it kills the virus. He never gave none to Samson, or I never seen him put none on Samson.
Why he don't Samson got the virus, so he don't need to. Ain't nobody.
He
can't moisturize that big old body. Like his product gonna go down in size quick. He's already sharing his drugs. I'm sitting here like, how long you gonna keep Samson high for real? Because
like you gotta sometimes you gotta cut that nigga off. You gotta cut that no good friend off. And Samson was dead. Samson is the nigga that's coming around smoking with no money.
No money. Like he just showed up hungry every day.
Mad. What you mad for, nigga? I didn't bite you.
But he does seem like somebody cool you want to get high with. Like they was dancing and shit.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
What you mean? They was having them a good time. Like, would you not want to dance? Well, you probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
A female alpha.
I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about that.
What you mean? I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was like, the alpha is gonna end up eating his head off. He keep playing. He never did though.
Yeah.
What did you think about that? Their friendship. That
I don't know how to feel about that. I'm gonna keep it a book. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how I feel about that. But we did speak about this previously because we was like, they can't communicate. And then I mentioned in 28 weeks later, now the dad did see his kids. He recognized them, and you said, no, that's plot armor. He shouldn't have. But this film here allows you to pull on that thread just a little bit more because because Samson understood, I can't kill a nigga. He feed me. I can't.
Yes, Samson was getting addicted. But his father in 28 weeks later was not on no kind of narcotic. He was just eating people.
So it was. Yes, right. He was not eating people. No. However, Samson was eating people, which I thought about that.
He changed his diet. Because as you can see, once he started getting high with Kelson every night, he started putting on clothes. He started eating berries. He was literally trying to get his life back together. But them other infected was like, oh, nah, we sniff you smelling over here, tapping into your memories. Like so they was a toxic friends.
I mean, every time you try to get your life back together, the niggas they come back and raid. Look at Wanda. Look at. Remember Wanda? Wanda was trying to get Holiday is hard. Wanda was trying to get her life together.
That wasn't even the first one I thought of. I was like Scarlet Witch, Snowfall, Holiday Heart. So many Wandas.
We're gonna talk about the one that didn't come back. The other ones kind of came back, but this one didn't come back at all. She out there she doing well. She doing good. She taking care of her kids. She's not worried about crack. And then come on, we think about that. Now Wanda done sold the Christmas bike. The bike she got for Christmas. Wanda, why would you get that bike away?
She could get a lot for that bike.
It was just enough for a rock. He would have that ain't a lot.
I guess when you want that rock,
You
Some
chasing
rock
that
is better
dragon.
than no
No
right.
rock. Yeah, yeah. But
I don't know.
what did you think about this relationship that Kelson and the Alpha or Samson had?
So it was very unexpected. I wasn't exactly sure it was going to go down that road, but I enjoyed it. I was just like, okay, this is like, where is this going? And when he was just like, oh, I just want you to say one word, I'm like, he ain't gonna say that. So what y'all about to be doing? And when they start dancing, I it just took you out of horror and kind of put you in like a light thriller. I mean, because you kind of got that as well in the first movie, to where you got Spike and his mom having those very wholesome moments, and to where you forget like, oh, this is a post-apocalyptic type of setting, like something could run up and eat them, which something could have done that here. Because I mean, would Samson have been able to help Kelson? He would have probably been too high. So
Yeah, see, off his game. That's why he got caught. That's why he got caught lacking on that train.
not. I mean, he was minding his business. He was the
He was
only one on
high.
that train.
He
He
was
was.
high.
He was high. He was, but he didn't think anybody was there. Nobody was on that train because Kelson was on that train earlier in the movie. He was taking bodies and burning them.
He got the
The
pregnant
pregnant,
chick.
yeah. So he got Samson's boo thing. But as soon as Samson decided to go in there and mind his business, you see all these toxic friends.
Yeah, yeah. Um.
What did you think
So.
about the design of the zombie or the infected? Because in the first film, we got a lot of overweight, slow moving infected,
Mhm.
but in this, it reverted back to the first two films.
I appreciated it. I appreciated it. And even though, kind of like what you just said, Jazz, where it kind of, these last two films kind of deviated from what you typically get in a zombie film. They remind, every time you think about, hey, this different. This is, fun. But that feeling in the back of your the feeling in the back of your
All right,
neck.
Will.
Yeah, because I was gonna say in the back of your throat, that was gonna be crazy.
It
But
would have
yeah, the feeling in
been.
the feeling, yeah, you get that feeling like, hey, something, the shoe's gonna drop at some point in this film. And I think this is the first time because it deviates to this new family. And I'm like, okay, so we got a new family we gonna follow in this film. And you got this one nigga. I told you, somebody, stop trying to don't be a hero. There's no reason to be a
We
hero,
could
bro.
have easily stayed behind these trees and let it walk past. But here you go, stepping on limbs, you making a you making noise, which caused the zombie to turn around and see you, and you didn't even stab it in the throat. Excuse me. You stabbed it in the chest, and it started screaming more. I would have left you too. Imagine running from the infected just to get home to see a cult around your dinner table.
Wait, before we get there, hey, homie was out there throwing hands. He was out there knocking them niggas off, and they brought back what you wanted.
They did. Oh my god, the squirt, the splash in the face.
Yeah, the splash in the face. He got hit
So
with the.
yes, when I saw that, I said, okay, this movie is going to do me justice, because for some strange reason, nobody could get splashed in the face with blood in the first film, which is so stupid to me. But we got it in this, and I'm like, thank you, Nia, for getting us back to where getting us back to our roots. She is also a fan of the franchise, so I knew she would do us justice. That's Cuzzo right there.
But yeah, like you said, man, you like that's the one thing that happens in these films is how barbaric are people going to be in these times. And like you said, Jazz, you barely escaped this goddamn me, um, these zombies, the infected. Let me say infected, and you make it home and you find that you got a whole goddamn Power Rangers at your dinner table eating your food.
And it's 7 of them. Like, it's a lot of y'all. I mean, the fact that the pregnant woman was the one with the most balls, because she just like, nah, you're not welcome here. He said, oh, okay. But he was look, I'm just gonna have to kill y'all.
I
How did you
didn't. I was gonna say I didn't like that. It was 7 of them. Yes, maybe 2 adults, 5 kids. Technically, it was only 6 of them because Spike wasn't gonna do shit.
they didn't know that though.
It was a pregnant woman, 3 grown men, and another one. It was at least 5. It was a good fight.
It would have been a good.
It would have been a decent fight had they been thrown. But them little motherfuckers is cold.
They yeah,
They hem them up ASAP.
and the thing is, you can remove Jimmy from that list as well, because Jimmy didn't put hands and feet on nobody. Like the fingers were the only ones putting in the work. The most Jimmy did for real was when he stabbed Kelson.
So he caught one. He caught one good body.
That's it. They had to get him up out of here. But I'm the dude with the that was in the kitchen with the pan.
With the pot.
He must have didn't watch no Tyler Perry plays, because he would have been able to learn grits.
Life ended for him at that point. He didn't have no Tyler Perry play for him. Life ended for him. He wouldn't have had no Tyler Perry.
But in 2021, or excuse me, in 2001, the plays was out. If he knew somebody.
You think in the UK them niggas was getting the plays?
Damn. That sucks.
Culture is completely different over there.
Yeah, that's true. Look, Tyler Perry, the Medea plays would have definitely helped you out that to where you go ahead, heat up that grits, throw it on Jimmy. You would have took at least 2 of them out. Easy.
You could have used a pot to beat a nigga ass.
He could have, yeah.
A hot one, Jazz?
No, you're right. Yeah. And I'm like, who you pour the water on? Because it seemed like nobody flinched.
He missed everything. Straight to the table.
He ain't got no aim. That's why he got carved up like he did.
Bruh. Dog.
I don't know. I just feel like during the infected post-apocalyptic, I'm going to have a weapon on me at all times. I'm going to keep my head on a swivel at all times. I'm going to learn how to fight. Like, I feel like you just have to be on guard all the time because you never know.
But that's why I would have had a code. I would have had a team of niggas with me that's ready to kill.
Yeah.
Like,
we I don't killed like just random. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to nobody else's farm just to kill them just because we can. I'm not doing that.
Okay, you're right. I wouldn't.
Now, if I see some white sheets, like, then I'm like, hey, y'all.
What y'all doing?
We got a job. We going over there to see what they got.
But so when we see him string up this family inside the barn, it made me think about the first movie. Remember when we found the first guy hanging upside down with the Jimmy? So in my head, there was an infected person. I'm assuming that was a regular nigga they just killed.
Yeah.
And he got infected.
So I took it a step further and said, I think the bag they put over his head was infected blood in it. Mm-hmm. And they just wrapped the bag around his head to where he would slowly breathe that in. Now, that might just be a reach, but it'd be creative. And if so, that would have been really fire to see in this movie, to actually see it. But
that's a hell of a reach, but I'm going to allow it.
Yes.
Because for me, it felt more like a karma switch, because he had the guy hung upside down with the Jimmy going down his stomach, and at the end we see Jimmy hanging up on the cross upside down, and what happens to him. I just felt like it was a 1-for-1 with that. So I gotta ask you, Jazz. We finally get Sir Jimmy Crystal. At the last of the previous episode, at the end, we did tell you that he was based on a serial graper in the UK. The radio host Jimmy Savile. Did Sir Jimmy Crystal, live up to what your expectations was of him in this film?
Yes, absolutely. The performance that he put on, uh, it was a very disturbing type of character, but one that you would expect. And so just the way that he was talking to his other fingers, like he put fear in their hearts for real. And I don't even think they liked him. I just think they were just so scared of him that they wouldn't challenge him outside of Jimmy Inc. Shout out to her. But the rest of them, like he would humiliate them. Like imagine being in a cult. You've been loyal the whole time. And then they'd be like, oh, so this new person, they want to fight you. You bleeding out. And then you just like, hey, yo, help. You asking for the Lord to save you and everything. Your cult boss is like, why are you over there talking to them? That ain't who we pray to. And
another callback, another great callback.
Like I was just like, whoo.
Imagine sitting at your dinner table. You eating you ain't had no food. You out here savage. You out here what is it? Savaging? No, scavenging. What is it? Scavenging. Scavenging is the word. I was gonna find it. You out here scavenging for food. You finally get a good dinner. You sitting there, your co-leader talking about, hey, do that tinky winky. Bitch.
Now my full hide. And you know how long it takes for the Yo. If they would have threw some money at it, I would have been like, wow, okay. Nah, that's do you think she enjoyed doing the dance?
I do. She was my favorite of the Jimmys. What was it? Jimmy Vina.
Jamina.
Jimmy, yeah, she was my favorite of the Jimmys. She gave no fucks. She was like dark. I'll be interested in seeing what she does moving forward in her career because the way she played that character, like she played it soft. She was very sadistic, very evil, with how she was, especially when they was inside the barn. Which of course when they're inside the barn, your boy Spike, he can't take it. Which do we expect him to? Because I think like this movie I'm sorry, my mind really went there with this film, and I was like, have you ever mistakenly what? Have you ever mistakenly ran something over with your car?
That didn't run in front of my car? If something decides it wants to commit, or what's the term I need to use? Unalive itself, and it runs under my car, that's not my fault.
I'm just happy. Has it ever happened to you?
Yes.
How did you feel?
I said, God, it done messed up my car. I thought about my car before I thought about the thing that was trying to unalive itself.
See, that's what, like, I still have a morality a little bit, or in my head. I'm just not saying you don't, because I think you're a moral person. But my first thing is like, oh my God, I hope I didn't hurt that. Or like, oh, that sounded or felt as if. So I'm just like, so now I'm sitting in this, I'm looking at this movie and I'm like, could I sit and watch a nigga be skinned, flayed in front of me? Probably not. I don't think I would have something for that neither. Like, just to sit there and watch it?
So I don't know how my mentality would be during post-apocalyptic times, and I've been with a cult for at least 3 months. I have no idea where my headspace would be. I don't know. Could have collected a bunch of bodies around that time, and I've just become numb to it. Not that I'm saying I'm capable, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
But, and I also feel like it was another finger that also threw up after they finished skinning. So they just They just threw up inside the barn. But let me ask you this, because I remember when we reviewed 28 years later, the conversation of Spike's age, 14 versus 16, whether if he was old enough to go out to the mainlands. Do you think 14-year-old Spike, because he's probably still 14, with all of his adventures, do you think it would have been best to wait? Or do you think it was, let me ask you this, because you were on the side of it wouldn't have mattered. Do you think 16-year-old Spike would have been able to handle himself better than 14-year-old Spike?
Yeah, I do. I do. I agree. I think I conceded to that point. I do think the older kid would have been better suited in that situation. But I also believe in trial and error and at least giving a kid a chance. And what I was going to go with after when I started listening to it, I was like, shit, I should have just brought this point up. Like, yes, we understand. This is like, when was the first time you driven a car?
Maybe 14.
How old you got to be to get your driver's permit?
16.
So that's 2 years now. You're not supposed to be behind the car. You're going to jail if you get pulled over and you driving that car. If your parents in the car, if your parent is with you, he had his dad with him. He was guiding him. Both dangerous. And now, what kills people more than anything in the world?
It's car accidents.
Car accidents.
So I will say, with my driving at 14, I wasn't on no highway. It was neighborhood. I was around the neighborhood. I was not even in the mainland until I got 16. So 14-year-old Jazz was around the neighborhood in the school parking lot, working on my parallel parking and my back and end skills, which are very elite. But yes.
Jazz swears she's a getaway driver. Whenever she's driving,
I be whipping
she's
it, man.
She's going back into the parking lot, or she's going to drive through once she can just keep going.
I do.
When she drives, which I respect that. But
and I say family.
Now, Jazz, okay, so you telling me you only went into neighborhoods and parking lots. At no point in between 14 and 16 did your dad be like, or mom, or whoever was taking you, hey, let's try this one time. Let's hit the main road. Let's see how you do out there.
Like the highway? We definitely went on no highway.
I was saying just the main. It don't have to be the highway, just the main road.
Because, I mean, maybe
because everybody starts in a big. I think in Memphis we had the Mid-South Coliseum. That's where all like the concerts and things were, but like the smaller scale ones. So yeah, it's just a big stadium, just number of parking lots. You can't do shit. Me and my daughter. I see you want to learn how to drive shit. Let's go to the stadium. Get in the car. We're gonna go around. We're gonna spin the block, hit the block. But then it's like, hey, shit, you got this. Let's see how you handle real red lights. Let's go see some. Let's put you with some stoplights. At some point, you're gonna be like, shit. I've seen you I seen your practice. You pretty decent at this. I think I can trust you enough with my guidance to now go out there and try some shit. Let's just see. It's dangerous, but you're trying to entrust that this person can do it at some point.
I see what you're saying, but 14-year-old Spike, when his dad said head, chest, Spike was like elbows, knees, like, yo, you hitting the wrong body parts and they not stopping.
Have you never seen the kid that use both feet when they drive?
I was that kid for a very short time. But all I'm saying is Spike kept getting worse. So he was struggling.
No, he didn't get worse. He got better. Spike didn't get worse. But now with Spike, the issue with Spike is Spike just wasn't. He just wasn't prepared enough. Like when he went out there with his dad, that should have been the end of it. He shouldn't have been out there by himself, but he went out there. And
he went on the highway.
He went on the highway by himself.
And then he said, I'm going from North Carolina to Cali. And he fell into a motherfucking cult. Like, he wasn't ready for that. You dropping off kids.
Jazz, the consequences with driving by yourself and no parents can lead you to jail. It can get real. It can get real dark out there.
It got real dark for Spike out there. They threw a scalped head. Somebody scalp at him for him to walk around with it on and call him Jimmy. They shaved his hair.
My boy left. He left the family to join a gang.
Right. They said black ass storyline.
He gonna have a whole bunch of stories. He go back home.
That baby gonna be grown as hell.
Who was that?
Oh, that's your brother that left you.
Oh, that's how you got here. That nigga.
Right.
Killed your mom. He killed his mom and brought you.
Yo. I would be sick. I'd be like, so wait. You took your daddy and you brought back a kid and your dad. What the hell supposed to? So I gotta feed the kid. Well, I guess he went from. Never mind. That's getting too dark. But how did you feel about the visual effects in this? Like the scenery shots and.
After when this movie came out, there was a lot of disgust for the first movie, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm just typically in my own bubble when it comes to this stuff, and I'm like, "Oh damn, didn't like that." I'm like, "Shit, that." There was a lot of things that worked for me in that movie, but there are a lot of things that didn't work in the first movie. But one thing that this movie does edge the other one is the cinematography. And just a lot of those shots that Nia got in here, it was just like because I'm assuming this film wasn't filmed with the iPhone.
It was not. That is not a technology that she really uses.
Got you. So because they say whatever it was, Remick, his character has been filmed in every different format at this point. He's the first character to be filmed in all different formats from. Just shit in in a year, this nigga went from Sinners to 28 years to 28 years. Like he's been filmed in 3 different formats, and these are the formats that they supposed to use. So, a lot of these shots were amazing. Of course, my favorite had to be when they did the 666 tribal dance or whatever the fuck was going on there, and he lit it on fire. That was a pretty intense, a pretty crazy scene. But even when they was inside the, like I said, we still haven't really got into the barn just yet. In between the barn, I think that was my favorite scene of the movie. But that last scene when they was out there on that doing a little ritual thing was pretty cool. The visual effects of it was pretty cool. Yeah. What about you? What do you think about the cinematography?
I mean, it was definitely a beautiful ride, and I just agree with everything that you said. Those 2 scenes are definitely ones that stand out to me. But I will also say I love how she zoomed in on their eyes. You got a lot of close-ups of Samson when he was about to go get his fix. And it was just zoomed in on his eyes to where you can see the rage decreasing every time he had a night of drug and passion. And so it's just like, okay, that rage is fading. He's not being as aggressive. And you start to see the beauty come out. And so I just to see that, because when you think of infected, you think zombie, you like, okay, that person is gone, they out of here. But how this story was able to develop his character and his illness. And I was like, damn. Because when he said, thank you, Kelson, I was like, I'm like, pick me up like that, Mr. Alpha. I was just, especially when you saw what he looked like before he got infected. And that was another scene that I absolutely loved, because I was not expecting that. I was not expecting us to get any type of memory scenes.
And I was wondering, so I'm going to, because Kelson is kind of speaking about this at the same exact time, but the scenes that we see of him, you don't hear anything. So when Alpha sees something, it looks like a demon to him. So I don't know if that's if he's scared of it, or is it just like, I'm the Alpha, so I'm going to beat this down. Type of shit. What did you?
I don't know. I just thought it was I thought it was a way of them showing us what the infected sees.
Mm-hmm.
And so you talking about when he rode up on that one person that was in the forest and he took his head off. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was a dope element for us to see what the infected sees, to where they kind of are trying to defend themselves against something that they see as a monster, not realizing they are also the monster as well. So I was just like, damn, that's actually pretty dope.
Uh, Samson playing with the rain was also very cute as well. Just
Mm-hmm.
seeing him, like it was just like him just coming back to his senses. And that's when Kelson was saying, hey, I believe that there is a film over your brain. And that dialogue that Kelson gave to me was like, I just want to hear you. Like, I would like to hear you. I wanted, do you understand what I'm saying, or do you at least feel the tone of what I'm saying to you? I would love to hear you just say one word at some point. I was like, damn, he want to
He
fuck
was
this man.
seductive. Right. I was like, whoa. Look at you trying to get the second base with him. I get
I
it.
said,
I get it.
I said, he over here cooking with this nigga. Like, God
Right.
damn, don't touch that man meat, man.
Right.
No, no, leave that nigga alone.
Just because he is infected doesn't mean he can't offer consent. And he still said, I wish there was a way that you can give me
See that?
consent. And I was just like, even during the post apocalypse, he was talking about consent.
See,
That's what
I
I'm talking
like
about.
it's, but that's the thing with when it comes to like just being a moral person, you know. And that's
Right. Yeah.
what I felt as if that's what kind of what Spike is in that. It'd be dope to see if he picks that up. I doubt it, but I would like to see him pick up what Kelson was doing in the future.
Do you think with the character that Kelson represents versus the character that Jimmy represents, you kind of have hope on one side, and then you have, I guess, what, evil, the devil on the other side. And so when they cross paths, which their interactions, hilarious. He was just like, so are you Saint Nick? Because you might be. He just like,
Oh, Nick, who was old Nick? Like what?
he was scared. I feel like in that moment, Jimmy wasn't sure, and he really believed that was who that was. He really believed that was the devil.
I wonder if do you think Jimmy had an issue? Not a
So,
yes, he had an issue.
of the spectrum,
There was something wrong with him
uh,
because
yeah.
he heard voices.
So I thought he was lying when he said that. I don't think he was really hearing voices. I think he was just trying to keep that show for everybody else.
No, I think he actually heard voices. Now, I don't know what it. So when Kelson was blowing that smoke in their face, I don't know if that was something or if it wasn't.
I think
That's
that
the
was a
only thing.
drug. He got them high.
And see, so now remember when he was upside down, he was like, "I don't hear the voices no more. Why have you, God, Daddy? Why have you forsaken me? Like, why are you not talking to me no more?" There was nobody for him to put that show on for at that point. So that's why I felt as if, okay, so he actually could hear, but he actually maybe schizophrenic. I don't know what those technical terms. Maybe we can ask Ivy.
I mean, that you make a very good point. And then also with the drugs, and I'm not sure if the same stuff he gave them is what he had been giving Samson, but it kind of would remove any type of, I guess, film or cloud that could be hovering over somebody. Basically, Kelson gave them some spirits that could just move the devil out about their space. And so since Jimmy was high, the devil was gone out of his space, so he didn't hear him anymore. But that could also be me reaching. Who knows?
It's a good possibility. That part was they kind of played loose with it. But in this barn, of course, what's the flag smasher? What was it? Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy Inc.
Jimmy Inc. So she left. So she had left. She's the one that seen Kelson out there dancing with the devil, or so she thought. And when she go back to the barn, that's when she's like, there's a whole bunch of screaming. It's a whole bunch of commotion going on up in there, but I mean,
Yo,
that's what it's always doing.
the engagement between her and Spike in that moment. He was like, it don't sound like they screaming. Well, hell, what does a bunch of screaming sound like? They just sitting there like kind of making jokes when their people is in there getting burned up.
Getting fucked up.
Yeah.
So of course, like I said, with the one guy that I guess they were saving him to put him into the group. He picked the small Jimmy. He's picked Jimmyina. Jamina. He picks Jamina to fight, and as she's beating his ass, she tells him, "You picked me because you thought I was weak." And now this is where I had a question for you. Do you think that Jimmy was doing things to these kids? Because it was kind of, I don't know if what she did, because she was like, I want to take his pants off. I want to do that. And it to me, but the way she was perched on him, it was kind of sexual a little bit. I mean, it could have just been like on some Catwoman type shit, but I don't know. But like I didn't know she was gonna cut his thing off, or I don't know what she was gonna do when she took the pants off.
I mean, so it could probably, so to answer your question, I'm not sure. It wasn't very heavy-handed on if he did. So, I didn't get any kind of vibes that he did anything to them on a sexual level. But I don't know if I would have picked her if I was him, because she was the one doing the little dance and she was just giving crazy energy. So I probably wouldn't have picked her. I'd have been like, what a little nigga had that went to throw up. Let me get that Jimmy. I would have went straight for Spike. But yeah, that's a dude.
That's a dude. He said you would have died, but you weren't in the damn barn. He picked the people or the people he's seen.
Yeah, but then also imagine. I wanted more for him. The dude that was fighting Jamina.
What you mean?
I wanted him to put up more of a fight. He just seemed defeated already.
He put up a pretty good fight to me.
I needed more from him. She beat his ass for real.
He killed like 2 or 3. He killed one.
Just one.
But I mean, shit. I think that was pretty good because man, that was a great death though. Because I was like, man, what the fuck could have happened?
Him getting shot in the arrow or her getting hit in the back of the head?
Her getting hit in the back of the head.
Yo, the zoom in on her face to see the blood.
She did the L.
Like, yes, Nia. Good job. Zoom in some more so we can see the blood and call her 11 as it was coming down her nose. It took everybody else the longest time to realize that sis was dead. And the pregnant woman caught a body. Do you think she has to pop back up? We have to see her again.
I think she'll probably see Spike and her name. What's her real? She had a real.
So name. I think it's Carrie. Now, if she's in another movie with a K starting name, that's going to be 3. I'm gonna be like, all right, sis, is there something you need to tell us?
You stupid.
You got some clan activity in the closet, but she was Jimmy Inc. But the pregnant woman did see her. Kelly Carly.
Yeah, but, so she
if the next movie, if her name is Casey, I'm be like,
she can't. She not picking the name. But she well, of course, the pregnant lady, she leaves. She runs. Spike is chasing her, and I
thought she was gonna take him. I honestly thought she was gonna take him.
I thought she killed him, or at least stabbed him. She just punched him.
Should have did. And then he go back with the stupidest lie. I killed her, but I don't know where her body at.
Yeah, I shot her ass in the dog. Nigga, please.
But then I remember Spike is not used to lying. Like, Spike is so scared. 16-year-old Spike would have known better, but 14-year-old Spike does not. Jimmy said, and I guess you can't find the body, huh? Like, if it just happened. He said,
you didn't think to give me bring her face to me? Or the unborn child.
He said, I ain't think about making no mess in the dark. Who's cutting up a body in the dark? Come on, Jimmy.
Man.
He said, let me get old Saint Nick in here to see if I gotta kill you.
And then but I think this is when Kelly I think she began to see the bullshit. Or was this this is what it was that put her on that path to the bullshit.
Jimmy wanted to kill her in that moment. She said, but wait, I know you want to call old Saint Nick. Let's just go ask him. Jimmy said, say what now? She gagged the hell out of him. She said, he across the lake. What you mean he across the lake?
He don't show for nobody.
She said, I seen him, but I seen him though. And he was dancing with the devil. So your daddy is in places you don't know nothing about. I know Jimmy was sick. Jason, if one of your cult fingers is talking back, is you gonna let them continue or you gonna kill them?
It's over with. It's over for that. We gotta kill. She know too much. Get her out of here.
You're doing way too much dictating, and that's my job. You challenging me too much.
You doing too much of this. You do much of this. Too much this. Listen, I don't even pay you. You listen. You listen to me and Nick. Me and Nick, not you. I'm over here changing the path of my people. Fuck you. If you gonna catch a body, that should have been the body he caught.
That should have been the body. Because listen, she had your ass to the wall the rest of the movie. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing for real. Oh my God, that was so funny. Like their interactions was hilarious. When she was like, so he tried to get away and we had to kill him. He said, you're lying. She looked him in the face and said, no, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. He took that shit.
All right, cool. You got it. You're right.
Jason, I am killing both of them and just have my 2 fingers and get us some more.
Because at that point, you just bringing people in. They ain't got to fight no man. Ain't got to fight to get in the crew now. You just come on.
Free membership.
Planet Fitness at the first of the year. Anybody can get in at the beginning.
So anybody $1 down. Oh man.
But of course they go to Kelson's resort or Kelson to the Bone Temple to see Kelson. But Jimmy want to be the first. He want to go down first to get a feel of the land. See what's going on.
If I was a finger, I would immediately said, "Wait a minute, this smells fishy. Like why you only get to go?"
Out there just having a good ass time.
When Jimmy Ink said, yes, it seems like it's been here for a while. He said, nah, a while to you is not really a while. Like this he said, this is pretty new. About 5 to 10 years. And then the other finger started saying, it does look like it's been there for a while. He was losing his people right in front of his eyes. Jimmy was sick. He was just all right.
The crazy thing, he had been out there for 13 years. Remember the dad had seen him out there. He had been out there. It was just regular bodies at that point. He hadn't made them bones yet.
Right.
Man. Yeah, nah, Jim was losing him.
He was losing his people, man.
He tried to but that was the point of him talking to him to regain them. He was trying to bring his people back. Like, shit, what's it? That's it, hung for Jesus. It was just like that one last sermon that you needed. That one sermon you need to get your people back on your side. But it don't go your way. You like, baby, you gotta put the mask on. Let's go.
Yo, Hungry for Jesus was very entertaining. Dark, but very entertaining. Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall did a damn thing in that.
But Kelson is Regina Hall. Honk for the devil, I guess. I was
I was about to say something dark. I was about to be like, the activities in both was devilish. It was a both, yeah, hella devilish. But I was gonna ask you, and it could just be the first song that comes into your mind. What song are you performing in front of your cult members?
Oh, man. It's definitely gonna be. I'm gonna go devilish too. I'm gonna play some of that old 3-6 Mafia.
Oh.
No, I mean like in the Discord, you can go back and look in the music chat. We were just talking about how dark it was, and I'm just one of the tweets. Jay Versace, he's a music producer. Hold on, where did it go? He said, whatever y'all Memphis niggas was trying to achieve by making that spooky ass music in the 90s, y'all fucking achieved it. So 3-6 Mafia, like their earlier stuff is like Come and Spill My Blood. Like it was very satanic. So yeah, if I'm going to get the buy-in to what we had going on, it'll definitely be a whole lot of satanic music. I need them to feel like unnerved in this group. Like I could fuck one of you up at any point. And no, I won't kill a fly. I'll be in that bitch to myself. Ooh, no. The first day they see me with a roach, boy, they be like, nah, that nigga ain't real. That nigga ain't real.
I'm not gonna tell you mine because I listen.
When we get into the merge, we gonna talk about it. Jazz, what?
I jumped. I definitely jumped. But
what about you?
So my song, I'm gonna take it back to the early 2000s, and I wasn't exactly sure if I wanted to do Little John or if I should do P.D. Pablo. Be like, North Carolina, stand up. But I'm like, man, it's my cult. Everybody not gonna be from North Carolina, so I got to make sure, to represent the people that's, So it might be Little John. So I don't know if I want to do Snap Your Fingers because that was my shit. Oh,
that'll be better than Teletubbies for sure.
Oh, listen, it's gonna be some. Oh, you remember Little John and the East Side Boys, The Blow? They had Bohagan on there.
The Peel, the Yak, the Herb.
Jason, I used to just be in the gym, just like.
Got my R.I.P. to my sister Gangsta Boo on this song.
Man,
yeah,
I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah. That's my shit. Yeah. I like that. I should have picked the dancing song.
You got to. You gotta get your cult members moving.
I probably hit that bird walk, that Soldier Boy. Watch me hit my bird walk.
Oh, Roscoe Dash, show out.
Every time I show out.
Yes. Oh my God, my coat gonna be so lit.
They're gonna be like, nigga, is that a cult or is that a goddamn Greek organization? Them niggas got dance for everything.
Both.
Killing everybody.
How? Let me ask this.
Remix the blow though. That'd be kind of freaky. Even if you hear the song. Like you slow that bitch down, it sounds really like, hold on, I don't know what the fuck going on around here.
I need to get the same person that be mixing Jordan Peele shit. Because
it's not hard though. I can do that.
Because making with Say My Name dark. Yes. But you
Nia DaCosta did that one though. Candyman, right?
Well, yeah, Jordan Peele, I think he was executive producer on that.
EP on that, yeah.
Ooh, fun fact. The same person who also did the score for Candyman, I believe also did the score for this movie as well.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Because I know it wasn't the Marvels, so it was definitely. It might have been Hedda. It might have been Hedda.
It might have been Hedda.
I think it was Hedda and not Candyman. It was Hedda. Is this franchise a top 10 horror franchise to you?
Easily. I couldn't be because the fact that people don't say number two and number two is so much fucking fun. Like
Yeah.
the second film, that shit, but like that just the intro alone. Like we had been like 160 episodes in, and I always talk about different intros of different movies and this, that, and the third. And I watched them. I'm like, this is one of the best intros I've ever seen. This nigga just left the whole family. He said, "Nah, fuck that. Fuck you. Because why are you picking up that kid?
It's true.
He didn't belong to us.
He wasn't ours. Like, you
Look,
just met him. I get it. I wasn't mad at him for leaving. I just felt bad that everybody died except for him. The dude who even ran out the house first somehow was not able to make it on the boat because he fell.
Bruh, that's all it take. That's all it take, man. So I was on. So what about you? Is this a top 10 franchise for you?
So I never really thought about it, but I wouldn't be mad to put it in there.
It's hard because I just when you say it off the top of your head, it's like yes, it got to be. But then you just start thinking about franchises,
right?
Are you doing horror or just franchises? Because
horror, just horror.
In horror franchises, I believe it has to be because I mean, you start thinking about it.
When you think about zombie, this is the only zombie franchise.
Yeah.
Everybody else has like single movies. You might have one that has that bum ass spinoff.
Yeah.
30 Days of Night.
Are you considering Evil Dead as Evil Dead is a franchise.
It is, but it's not a zombie movie. I wouldn't consider it a zombie movie.
Well, we just said franchises though. So yeah. I was for the ask that question. So thank you for jumping on that. Yes, I was for the ask you. Do you think that's a zombie franchise?
Evil Dead, no.
But yes, Evil Dead would make the Evil Dead. If we just brainstorming, Scream, Evil Dead, I would put Halloween in my list. I know Nightmare would make it. Aliens, are we putting that in? Aliens, Saw.
I feel like I got to
Final Destination.
So I feel like Final Destination and Saw have to be in there, even though they have 10 movies. Only 50% of them are good. Because some of them have a solid 3.
But the goods are good, in my opinion.
Because then you also have
Halloween,
The Conjuring.
Halloween ain't shit like that.
It's not, but I mean, neither is Nightmare on Elm if we go keep it a buck. Like if you think in franchises, it's like you got to think which franchise rarely has misses.
I gotta put it in there. It's gonna make the top 10. I don't know where, but it's gonna make the top 10 for me. If I'm just thinking about movies, I'm gonna watch. Like, yeah, I think it would.
I would throw Predator in there too.
Predator
definitely has more better films than they do films that aren't good.
See, my issue with Predator and Alien, I feel like they are
it's just cheat code because you got science fiction.
That's off of they like brother and sister to an extent, but it has a
kissing cousins.
Yes, because Alien is actually scary compared to Predator. Kind of feels more like action sci-fi film. But
okay, I can see that.
But the horror elements when they do play them, they are played pretty well. So
I can but then I can see why Predator wouldn't be in there. Then
I wouldn't put Predator in there, but I definitely would put Alien in there.
Right.
Which is but yeah, I think it makes the top 10.
I think with these latest films, yeah, because I would put the third film at the bottom. Yeah, because we're gonna get another one, and then they're supposed to be done, so you're gonna get a total of 5.
Yeah,
When I think about that, yeah, because I mean, you can have 10 movies and 3 of them be good. Then it's just like your ass don't need to be in the top 10.
You're not shoot. It's not a good field goal.
Your percentages, yeah.
Yeah, the field. Yeah. So
okay.
That
was fun.
Back in this film, we are at this. I'm gonna ask you first because I'm super conflicted on how I feel about this. But what did you think of Kelson's performance as Satan? Oh, Nick.
So it blew me away. I thought it was a I thought this scene was a risk, but it was a fun risk. It was a unique risk. And it was one that I definitely enjoyed because it's kind of like you're supposed to put on this show for this cult member who scares the shit out of you more than an alpha and all the zombies that have been trying to kill you. And I feel like Kelson, with his new information and found friend within Samson, it's kind of like he's able to live again. And so it's just like, oh shit, I ain't been able to perform for nobody ever. And they coming into my temple, I'm about to put on a show. And then they can go. So he's like, I'm about to pull out the stops. Like, I ain't get to do my last karaoke session before the virus popped off. So now I can do it. Imagine somebody pulling this off during karaoke. You're going to be like, yo. Right.
So I was looking at, I'm trying to make it short. I was looking at this comedian, and he was saying that they used to go to these open mic nights, and one night, the guy was saying, "Hey, y'all can go on. You don't got that much time," and it was just a lot of different people. You had comedians, magicians, people contortionists, there's different things. And he told the magicians, "Hey, you can do it, but you don't do that fire shit. Like, you can't do no fire tonight." And he was like, "Nah, man." He was like, "Damn, that was my." You said, that was my good one. And the comedian said, "I mean, shit, just don't do all the fire and just and start your show off with it. So that way it's out the way. Like, it's done." He said, "All right, cool." He said they go out there, and he look over, and he was like, "I'm gonna do it." He said he started the show off. He said he's shooting fire everywhere, shooting fire everywhere. And then he catches his robe on fire. He's hit the ground. He stopped. He said, "Everybody stomping on this body, stomping on this body." He said, and then he said all these tricks started falling out of his cage. You got cards, you got rabbits. He said flowers. He said you see a bird. He said you see a bird come flying out the jacket. And he said they shoot him with the fire extinguisher. He said he get up real quick and he run inside, run in the bathroom. He was like, "Man, we stumped the shit out of him, man, to get that fire out." And then he said he came back out. He was like, "Hey, did anybody see my tricks?"
Yeah.
So this is kind of like what this scene kind of felt or looked like when I was seeing it, because I'm just like, man, I don't like it. It was cool, but I was like, but what comes of this at the end? Because like, if this nigga died, I'd be like, bro, that was for nothing. If Kelson died after performing all this bullshit, I'm gonna be mad about it.
Oh, so it means you was mad. Yes. He damn sure died after this.
Because I'm like, bro. Then I'm like, is it because like if the alpha?
Yo, I thought the alpha was gonna come and eat everybody
Jazz, I'm over here like this is Dustin all over again. Had the alpha got high and went to the train, this nigga said, "No, I don't have a ticket." Bitch, you can talk.
Yo, can you imagine what the other infected? They said, "Yo,
Jay, that was like they basically said, "Nah, nigga, we gotta test this nigga now. We gotta bite him again."
So I swear I thought it was gonna get super dark, because when he came out fully naked, bloody, schlong all out, I'm like, he's naked again. Oh, that means we got to start from scratch, but we don't have enough drugs. So I thought he was going to go to the Bone Temple and start eating them up.
Run through their motherfucking ass.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
I thought, like, that would have been such a good. That would have been that would have fucked me up. I would have been there like, whoa.
So wait, No, I'm not gonna lie. If it would have been to where he does that whole performance, and then you have the Spike reveal, and they was like, okay, so we're gonna sacrifice you, and then Jimmy's like, oh, wait a minute, bitch, and then you just start hearing the alpha running that way, and people they just start looking around, and he just come out of nowhere and start tearing their asses up. Now that would have that would have been a fire.
That would have been that would have been fire had he gone back through there and he left Kelson. But I mean they chose what they chose. Within this, what did you think about Kelson recognizing Spike?
All right, Kelson. All right, I was with you every step of the way. Even when you got naked in your little dungeon thing, I was like, all right, I get it. But you see Spike with that fake wig on and that mask. Now, granted, a lot of time hasn't passed, no more than a month, and he doesn't see people often.
That's what I was about to say. He
so,
probably
it's probably imprinted in his head because he just like, well, shit, your mama's skull just fell down last week, and I had to put that bitch back up there. So it probably reminded him of Spike, and he was just like, oh,
not the skull fell last week. But
you remember it was all the way at the top.
So I was looking at this like, was it like a So because we're having a conversation now, do you think that was like maybe like a God revealed to him? Because I say that because he was atheist, so he didn't believe in God.
Right.
But he had two things that happened. Well, I mean, I guess two things happened. One, he got an alpha to talk because he can. The whole alpha thing is just a miracle within itself. Him being able to consent to not being killed, because I'm assuming he was going to kill him.
Yeah, he was going to give him that peaceful sleep.
He was about to
move. Yo, he's like, wait, don't kill me yet, man. It's the moon. The moon. I'm chilling.
Then he over here as a kid read moon books. Bitch, get out of here.
You did. I like that. I was just like, oh, but hold on. All right, so let me ask you this, Jason. Let's just say post-apocalypse, but you can still text. Just follow me. And you make friends with a fucking alpha. You got the alpha wearing clothes now. They don't attack you. What's the first thing you say into the group chat? What's the first thing you send into the group chat? Like, niggas, I am friends with an alpha.
What am I saying?
What are you saying in the group chat? To let them know that you now have a friend that's an alpha.
I don't even know.
Shit. You know what I'm doing?
You know what? Because I was in college. Had I been to college, I probably missed college, huh? Because I definitely, if I had with college mind, I definitely would have put like a monkey, some snow.
Oh,
in 06.
Not no monkey, my nigga. Like, no. Not if
alpha.
Not,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like alpha
Black History Month. Oh,
alpha. I got an alpha. I got the monkey represents alpha. The snow represents they cold, and then 06 is like that was founded in 1906. But niggas probably don't know that. So we just be. I probably just niggas probably wouldn't know. I just be like, hey, Nick, I got an alpha on the team now. We up, nigga. Let's hit this mob. Let's hit the island.
Yeah, I'm taking a selfie. Like, y'all, look who I'm with. We up, yo. Especially if the alpha got that pretty curly hair.
Thank God you didn't say what I thought you was. Like, you got to put that shit up, my boy. Before we take a picture.
It wasn't even real.
Praise God.
He said it was a prosthetic. I was like, so you're not an alpha for real. But they didn't have that much nudity. So that was one thing. They didn't have that much nudity in this movie like they did in the first one.
Yeah, no.
Which I'm put some clothes on. Like, you just because you got a virus don't mean you got to be naked.
Why are they naked anyway?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question. But they taking their clothes. Maybe they was. Like they just like hulking out of their clothes or something. I don't know.
As they're throwing up blood, they said, "I need to get out of these clothes."
Like just stripping down. But Colson said he didn't want Spike to endure any more pain during this time. He had already seen too much in
did
his
you see?
life.
Did you see Costa's face as Jimmy was going through all the list of stuff? It was just like, yes, so we can continue killing people. Costa
No,
was just like,
Kelson was like, hold up.
I didn't
This
agree to
nigga,
this.
this nigga cannot leave here. Because at that point, I think at that point that was Killmonger. That gives me Killmonger. It was the whole thing of, bro, this person cannot be fixed. This has to end now. There can't be anything. Now Kelson, I felt this Kelson should have, did something. But I mean, he did actually. He knew. I don't know if he knew that they was turning on him, but he had an inkling to be like, hey, y'all need to kill this nigga because it's about to get spooky out here for the rest of these niggas.
I guess he did take a risk because if his fingers would have been more loyal to him than old Saint Nick, ain't that the name?
Yeah.
Okay. That's so weird because wasn't it like White Christmas and one battle after another?
Yeah.
It was something creep.
The Christmas Club.
I got a lot of. I see. Christmas is the devil, but it is a risk because it's just like you're trying to pretty much sway them to try to betray him, even though they just met you. But if they were true, I guess, finger disciples, believers, then they would, of course, put the Father over the Son.
But I also look at it like Jimmy, again, he was full of shit. We knew that. And Jimmy had already played his hand previously because he had just told him, I need them to believe that this is the real thing. So whatever they would have told him, that's what they was gonna follow. And at that point, he had given them all the reasons. Y'all gonna bring more people. Jimmy took over the conversation, which was kind of crazy. Where it felt like he should have been like, hold on, no. You listen to me. But then he said, we gotta crucify you, just like he said, God gave up his son. I gotta give him mine too. We gotta crucify you.
Jimmy said, what son? Me?
He said, who? Who? Y'all gonna put stakes through who hands?
Right. Not these hands. Not these hands. Yo, Jimmy Ink got her knife out so fast. He said, I know you been inkling to stab me.
Said, so do you think? Hey, it kind of made me think of damn. What was the guy on Sinners who
oh, cornbread.
It made me think of cornbread. He was like, so you think the man here is being honest? Would he be able to do this?
Yo, that was so fucked up. I'm like, look at Jimmy old boho ass. Like,
you have to catch him up. I'm gonna catch me one before I get up out this bitch.
And then Spike finally got some balls and went straight to Jimmy.
He stabbed him. He stabbed him. Nice little got the hair looking like Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. That little ugly ass jumpsuit.
Man, Spike. I was like, oh, he finally caught his first body, but he didn't. He didn't kill Jimmy.
No, he didn't kill him. He just stuck him. He just, but he stabs him. They string him up, hang him up on the upside down cross, which was kind of, that's the fucked up part here. They fucked up a good thing, because now when people come through, if they didn't think it was scary, you go to that bitch, you see an upside down cross and all this shit burnt up over there, you definitely gonna think, oh no, I'm not going through here. It's a whole bunch of supplies left over there. You got a whole little tunnel you can go inside of.
He got the cure. Nobody knows it now. Like he didn't tell anybody.
So now that makes me wonder because now Alpha, he got a lot of his memories back. He remember that train, which it was funny that that train was that important to the story.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm curious if he or no, what would because he can go back to where Kelson was, and he can go. I don't know if his big ass can get inside where Kelson was inside of, but inside of there, Kelson was writing everything down. At some point, somebody may, but somebody may not ever
Yeah.
find that.
I don't think the alpha gonna be like, all right, I got me a new place to live. But
Uh,
then like we don't well no, we can assume he can definitely read because he was reading that book. But I don't know if anything will come of that, but I do think the alpha will be in the
the
next
last one.
one. I hope so. You got to bring
Yeah,
that big old thing back. I
you gotta
mean,
bring
that
you got it.
talent.
Here you go. We got it. Yeah, you gonna bring him, Kelly. So do you think in the next film, do you think Kelly is going? No, you think Jimmy gonna be back in the next film?
No, I think Jimmy is done. If there's anybody who I'm curious to be in the next film, it's Spike's father.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, Spike, you need to go back home for real.
I think you think see that's the do you think Kelly is still sadistic? Like do you think it's gonna be a fight between her and Spike at some point? Or do you think because it she seemed like she was conflicted, but at the same time she still seemed like on bullshit too.
I think she'll still be on bullshit in the next movie, but I don't think she's gonna be the villain.
Hmm.
But I'm curious with how the first two films went. Like you got the introduction to Spike and his family, and then we meet the Jimmys, and then we meet Kelson. This movie was more so about Kelson, and you had Spike in the background, and then you got
The
to meet
alpha.
Carrie and Alpha.
I feel like the alpha was the biggest part to me.
I think him and Kelson's friendship was like a dual partnership to where they were
But I'm
both able to shine.
but I'm thinking he's gonna be important in the next film. Like
The
I
Alpha,
think yeah, because I think because this also lets you know he's immune too. So like even though they was biting him and stuff like that, like he can't be reinfected, kind of like the son in the other movie you said because he had that eye right.
yeah, he did. That's very true. I forgot about that. Oh, what if they bring him back? Now we don't need him though.
We don't need him, but it'll be interesting to see because I'm pretty well.
Yeah. Mm.
It'll be interesting to see who was the black nigga in that movie.
Which one?
It
The
was the
second
nigga.
one
Yeah, it was the nigga from
from Merch.
merch. Yeah. So it'll be he can come back too. He
He
could. I doubt
survived.
it. He was in the plane. They picked him up.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it. I don't know why I thought he died.
Yeah, now Jeremy has died. He didn't.
Oh, he definitely did. He got burned up. Spoiler alert for
Burnt
anybody
his
who
ass.
didn't see 28 weeks later.
Hey man, we here now, my nigga. We this the fourth movie in the franchise.
Right. I guess like skipping part two to make it here. It's a
I mean
crime.
that's a nice callback to the guy that got burnt up in the farm because that's kind of what that was.
Ooh, that's true. And it was something. So, and then these past two movies, we got a pregnant woman in each one. You had a pregnant
Yes,
zombie
and this
that
time it's a pregnant,
had,
just a pregnant
excuse
woman.
me, pregnant, infected, that had a baby that was immune. So, like, we've seen three different instances where somebody has been immune. Their parent is the
Wait,
son.
the
So, the
son.
son in part two was immune
Mm-hmm.
because him and his mama had that eye shit. And then the baby that was born
We
by
don't
the
know if it.
infected mom.
We don't know if it's immune. We just know it was safe in that placenta.
I mean, it wasn't raging against the machine. So we're gonna say that you could because you was in there
But
like fully cooking.
but I still look at like the woman's body is important. I feel like in that placenta, it protects it from a lot of things. It does. Now, had that motherfucker been smoking crack, now we can't. Now that at that point, then it's like no,
Oh,
nah, it's a little
the
different.
infected. Oh, so we know who's gonna win the battle. Then the crack.
I'm saying, but what the infected is infected. Ain't nothing happening with that. It's just
But
infected at that point.
I guess then you can have the whole debate. Well, since it's infected and not zombies, which is why in Dawn of the Dead, the woman got cut by a zombie and her baby was infected or got the zombie gene down to her. But then in this,
and there is no rule book to
it kind of
it ain't because
it's a lore. It's definitely a lore.
The lore also would say zombies don't run.
Who? Dawn of the Dead, they was running track. Everybody was running track.
People do not like that the Dawn of the Dead zombies run
because that makes it more scarier. But you're able to maneuver if they walk.
How many zombie movies before that did they run in?
That's what made that one different. Night of the Living Dead, they was walking.
I'm saying, but before that, what movie before Dawn of the Dead?
Now I got to go back to my zombie.
28 years later, 28 days later.
But you got World War Z. They was running.
28 days later.
Yeah, right there. That's infected.
I'm just saying it doesn't happen. This movie changed the conventional zombie. So in this
but is there a difference between the infected and a zombie? Because if it is, then you can do the whole
different rules. Zombie.
Right.
Because they're infected. Okay, so they're infected in World War Z. This is infected. Dawn of the Dead, that was zombies.
Yes.
So that's also, they can also be a difference then as to why they can be pregnant in this and they can't be pregnant over there. But this woman wasn't technically dead; she just had a cloud over her mind. That's the truth. I'm riding with you. I'm riding with you.
But we're looking at her like the body and everything. That this bitch is.
She been living reckless. As an infected, she was living reckless.
So you got the crazies, which was zombies. You also have Cabin Fever. No, they weren't zombies in Cabin Fever. They was just infected. Resident Evil, they was walking. All right, we'll have to do some zombie research on this because now I'm curious. I feel like I need to watch more zombie movies and learn the difference between what's a zombie movie and what's an infected movie. But
yeah. So you don't think? I think Jimmy gonna come back for at least one more scene, bro.
No, I think Jimmy is dead.
Yeah, I think he's infected. I don't think he's dead. I think he's infected. The new alpha. He gonna show you what a real alpha is. I think that'll be a great way to end a trilogy. Allow him to come back as an infected, but as an actual alpha, because he wasn't catching bodies at first. Now we show him as a kid, to him getting infected, to him coming back as an alpha. Come on now, that'd be cold.
You putting Samson up against Jimmy? Samson gonna throw him up against a wall. He gonna put him.
Samson's just a regular nigga now, but
he's not.
He's just not immune.
He beat all of them zombies. Them infected ass in that train.
That's why I think.
And he came out screaming. Jimmy ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that. Man, that man a monster.
As an infected, man, it's gonna be hell, man. I think it's gonna be some hell out there. But of course, that's not a conclusion to this film. No. We gotta go back to the beginning. Everything starts with the beginning. So we see Cillian is back in this film. He catches Kelly and Spike out in the field running from the infected, and he has a little girl with him. Everybody is assuming that he had a child with the lady in the first film, which unfortunately, I mean, either one, she's out and about, or two, she did not make it. But also what happens to they had a little girl with them too. So either she didn't make it, or she's out and about with her, which we can go either way. with that story. But how did you think? What did you think, or how did you feel about this return of Cillian?
I completely forgot about him. And so, because I remember they said that he was at the premiere, and I was just like, oh, okay. But I completely forgot that he would show up in this. But I don't think that was even really known. And as you're watching this, it's good to watch something and then forget that somebody's supposed to show up.
As long as you stay your ass off Twitter, you wouldn't know.
So it was all over Twitter.
Always.
Oh shit, man. My life has no, still kind of shitty. But I'm not being brought down by social media. Shout out to not being on Twitter. But I completely forgot about it. But seeing him, I was like, okay, familiar face. But then I was wondering where Celine was. That was her character's name, Selena.
Gotcha. That's trash.
Naomi Harris.
That'd be trash if she died.
So yeah, I'm like, you need to go ahead and call her back. Like you need to, and you could just recast the little girl as anybody else because 28 years has passed. I mean, she don't look like that no more, unless you want to get the original actress.
I'd like to see. I'd like to bring her back. I'm pretty sure she out there somewhere in the world.
She might stop acting.
Let's see. Sometimes people pop back out because of
Yeah, that's true. She hasn't been in anything in a couple of years, but there's always a possibility. That definitely would be interesting. But I will say it has me curious about what the new conflict is going to be and what kind of story they're going to tell, because the infected have been secondary these past two movies. And so we've been getting a very good, wholesome story mixed in with conflict. So I'm curious as to what kind of wholesome story are they going to show for us. And it'll definitely probably Jim.
It's not going to be. Oh, I don't think the next movie is going to be wholesome at all. I think they got. You think because it's the conclusion. They got to be balls to the wall.
You got the
balls to the wall. Hopefully, balls to the wall in the next film. It's the trilogy. It's the last, so we got to end with a bang. A lot of deaths. A lot of, I don't know if they're gonna be fighting the infected. If there's another group that they got to go fight against. The first movie was the military. The second movie was still the military, the government. The third movie was the infected. This movie was the Jimmies. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening in this next one. I think the Spike's home is gonna get rated. Ooh. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. And we Lord willing,
I'm curious.
We're gonna see it be here. We'll see.
Yeah. Every day is like a new battle. I feel like I'm in the Avengers.
The Jimmies.
Right. Yeah. Wait, I don't get it. What you mean?
The world is just a whole bunch of sadistic ass people.
That's true.
So fucked up. These movies, some escapism, goddamn it, because goddamn, we getting closer to this shit than further away from it.
Yeah. It's kind of like I don't want to be in this movie no more. I'm watching it for entertainment, but I want to be able to turn it off and not be in the war zone that I just was watching.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to find escape and positivity in so many places, as many as we can. So, and it's only January. January has never felt this long to me, but this January has felt extremely long.
We here,
but
we at the end of it.
Yes. February, please. I know you like to show out. Please don't. Just go sit in the corner for real and meditate.
For a little while.
Was there any other scene that you wanted to discuss?
I don't think so, man. I think we got to everything or every thought that I had in this. Did you have another scene that you want to discuss?
No, I think we were definitely able to get through a nice amount. So, and I didn't have any questions.
Okay, good,
But
good, glad to hear. What'd you think though?
I did not have any. What did you think those? Which is
Got you.
kind of crazy because everybody had opinion on this. But I think it's one of the things I am happy to see. Shout out to the people that took accountability for selling this movie short prematurely because you saw Nia's name attached and then you went to go see it and said, "Oh shit, this movie is great," and gave her kudos. Shout out to y'all. You know,
Bitches. No,
it happens to
it
try
should.
to diminish somebody's talents and everything based off of one film. But I've seen a lot of directors that get a lot of fuck up films and don't know. Let's you give the benefit of the doubt. But for those that I did see, this movie got a lot of praise. Definitely worth seeing in films. And yeah. So Jason, was it good though?
It was. I enjoyed it. I'm still on the fence if I like it more than the three, but I did enjoy it. Jazz. Was it good though?
It was, and I definitely enjoyed it more than the third. But it also made me appreciate the third a lot more than I did prior to seeing this. So even
That's
though the
good.
story didn't hit me as much, I do see the importance of the story. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's very cool to see us getting horror movies that have layers because years ago it would just be violence, no kind of story, don't care, and it's just okay, the movie is done. But I feel like a lot of the horror that we have been getting has been very unique and it's giving us layers to where we're not only being scared, but also a touching story that we can possibly relate to and connect with. So I'm happy to see it.
Got you. Got you. Did you have a Link of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I did. My Link of Thrones for this movie is definitely
Samson. Samson.
it's gonna be Aaron Kellyman,
Okay.
who is Jimmy Ink. She was in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was trying to talk slow so then I could find my Link of Thrones.
All right. So my girl, in this film, Jimina. Oh, hold on. Go back. Go back. Go back. Her name is Emma Laird, Laird. She is in Mayor of Kingstown.
She
She is
was,
she's
yes.
Iris in that.
The
So
first season.
she was
Well,
in 3 seasons.
so she became okay. I stopped after the first season. I was only watching because I knew somebody that was in it. Try
They
to be
said that last
supportive.
season. They said that last season was the best one they got.
Mm,
She
too
was in,
bad
but she
the
was in.
last season I saw was the last season I'm gonna see.
But who was so? But she damn near 30. So yeah, okay. What I
Did
finna
she not
say?
look 30?
She like a kid.
Oh.
What I finna say? This other guy, Jimmy, he's in the in Waste Man. That's that new film with David Johnson, the guy from Romulus and
Mm.
Rylane. So I'm interested in seeing when that comes out about him in jail. So yeah, interested in that.
Jail, you say?
But Jazz, did you have anything else for the people out there?
I did want to say shout outs to Sinners for their 16 Oscar noms, and it's got a lot of people in a tizzy. I love to see it. Trying to come up with every excuse as to, oh, they don't deserve this. I don't know why they got that. It wasn't that good. Shut that shit up. We don't want to hear it. And we will possibly be doing another Oscar special of what movies we think will win and the categories and all of that. But y'all be on the lookout for that. Oscars are not till March. So, yes.
Yeah,
But outside of
okay.
that, that's all I got.
Got you, man. Well, I really don't have anything. Again, appreciate each and every one of y'all for still rocking with us. Continue to listening with us, dealing with us. Again, episode 190 is out now. Why Did I Get Married? Featuring Sean and Lisa. Please go and check that out. We also had a bonus episode, Batman is Black. Hilarious episode that we have. But again, this is the What's a Good Though podcast. I'm Jazz. I see you.
I do. Yeah, I was going to say we have a new segment that we are going to be recording. We're still working on the name, but as of right now, it is called Queued Up as Requested, presented by Was It Good Though Productions. Y'all keep a lookout for that special.
But yes, as Jazz said, we are the What's a Good Though podcast about movies, TV shows, and togetherness in the zombie apocalypse. I guess I don't know. I am Jason.
I am Jazz. Y'all can join my cult. We gonna be unified. We gonna listen to early 2000s rap and R&B. We not gonna be going killing people unless they have white hoods.
Until next time. Deuces.
Cheers.